Hello, what's up, and welcome back to the final episode of BanG Ave Mujica. The die is cast. This is episode 13, and I'm excited to watch this episode because I'm kind of imagining it's just gonna be a chill, I think it's just gonna kind of be, my prediction is we're gonna just kind of see them performing and being, I don't know, as healthy as they can be for 26 minutes. That's what I'm guessing, because in the last episode, we sort of tied up a lot of the loose ends. I know some people are gonna feel like they're like, you know, oh, everything should have been tied up or whatever, but some people made good, like, I already talked about in depth last video what I was feeling about, you know, about the way that things were, and like me thinking that the direction that they were going in is perfect for this kind of show. But also, a lot of people say stuff like, well, we have to also remember this isn't going to be the end of their story. There's a game which is fully canon, and you know, these games are very you know, big things where you can continue to do character development. You can continue to learn about these characters, and we want them to be the kind of, you know, similar to the character that we know here. We don't want them to completely change. So if this was like the last episode and this was the last we were going to see of the characters, then yeah, maybe you'd expect even more loose ends to be tied up. But I mean, honestly, for the future that this band is probably going to have in this franchise, this is a fantastic introduction. And I mean, they have already changed quite a lot in these 13 episodes. Hello everyone, it's me while I'm editing the video, and I just thought I'd jump in here quickly and say that since editing this video, I saw that they announced a sequel season to MyGo and Ave Mujica. So I know about that, even though in this video I'm probably going to reference the fact that I don't know if they're going to do anything more with these shows. I do know. I know that they're going to do stuff with these shows. So yeah, it's already been announced and I already know about it. So if you leave a comment trying to tell me about that fact, you've just outed yourself as having not actually watched this proper part of the video. So that'll be really embarrassing, so don't bother doing that. So I'm excited to watch this, and then I'm also excited in the future to play more BanG Girls Band Party on my phone. I gotta like re-update the app and play more, because I do miss it. I do miss these characters and experiencing more of this beautiful story. But yeah, let's jump into Ave Mujica episode 13. Make sure to support the video, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And my Patreon account is in the description below. You can get the full-length reaction on there right now and so much extra content. But also, if this is the only series of mine that you watch on this channel, which is very possible, I know there's a lot of you that are only on here for BanG. But since this is the last episode, I do want to just recommend to go check out the rest of my channel. I mean, immediately after you finish this video, you can go to the playlist and the playlist tab in my YouTube channel and see if there's other series that you want to see. You know, I mean, I do have some extra BanG content on here. It's MyGo and the Morphonica specials. And I mean, there's Girls Band Cry, there's Bochi the Rock, there's like other similar shows or completely different shows. Go check it out. I have a One Piece channel as well called Jent Watches One Piece that you can check out as well. But let's jump into this Ave Mujica episode 13. No OP today. Look, that's the happiest they've ever been. Two of them were smiling. That's close enough. They're such a mess. Aww. I like them like comparing the pre-concert rituals for both these bands. Have we heard her call her Ricky before? Like Rana specifically call her that? Oh! Definitely will not say no to a MyGo performance. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, I love the bass in this song. Yeah, the bass in the song is so good. Oh, yeah. This is great. This is great. I love it. Man, that guitar riff as well sounds like Peace Sign by Kenshi, whatever his name is. Oh, I like hearing the crowd. That's cute. Ah, Anon's in a wink. That was cute. This is nice because it feels like MyGo is like the opening act for Ave Mujica. I mean, they quite literally are. It's a good chorus. Something about seeing Rana singing. I really like it. I feel like I don't think about her singing very often. Oh, look at this! Oh! Oh! And Anon's come so far with the guitar. That was awesome. Beautiful voice. I love that angle. Look at Anon and Rana getting the spotlights. What's that face for, Sayo? Sayo irritated at how active they are in the song. That was awesome. I loved that. It was so much fun. Osmanthus. Oh, it's a type of flower. I like that Rana just always plays a backing track to the poetry bits. Tomra, you gotta face the audience, my girl. We're getting another song? Another MyGo song? Holy shit. That was already a full song. We get another one? Aw, seeing the audience hands link. Man, anyone who was missing a lot of MyGo content, they're getting a feast here. I like those lyrics. Oh yeah! Oh, I like the call and response of this song. This is so cool. This is great. That was a great zoom and a great expression. Anon's having a lot of fun with this song. This is such a cool song. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. She's flexible too. You see how high that leg kick went? It's nice how much they're showing of the audience loving it. It's nice because this song does sort of tie into the themes of Ave Mujica and her relationship with Saki. So it's also nice to have that be an important moment in this episode. Oh man, that was just so good getting some MyGo songs in there. And now Ave Mujica are doing their weird performance bullshit. Oh god. Oh, this is cool. Oh, the drums are so good right here. Oh, cool chorus. Man, they're so far away from each other compared to MyGo, who were very close to each other and very intimate. I mean, they were in a smaller location as well. Oh my god, this is such a crazy contrast to watching MyGo. Oh! Speaking of cool bass. Oh, this is fucking great. This part of the song is so cool. Oh. This is the same song? It's so good. Such a great voice. I love their presence. Their presence has gotten way better in these performances. Like, they're all playing like the cool girl role in different ways, but it's really working. Oh. I love her singing style. Saki is so much more confident now. You can just tell. She's really hit her stride. Ah, that's great. I love that the lyrics said loser and it had an arrow pointing up to do the run. This is such a performance. The animation on it is fucking great. It's so good I'm forgetting it's animation. It feels like I'm just watching a filmed performance. Oh, that laugh! That's so good. There's probably one more song from them if MyGo had 2 songs, I'd imagine. Damn. Yamu's such like a villain archetype, it's great. Oh! Was that scripted? Maybe that wasn't scripted. I like how you could see Nyamu getting into position behind. They didn't need to animate that, but they did. It makes it more immersive. This is very similar to what happened in real life. Did these characters know how much their characters relate to themselves? Have they realized? Cool background. Saki gave herself quite the role. Everyone has to bow to her on stage. And she gets to grant them their honor. Well, you forgot. That's the whole thing about forgetfulness. You're not going to remember getting it. That's your sword. The sick axe. Okay. If this was another of like Ave Mujica's more slow songs, at least for most of it, I'd like that. But I'm imagining. Okay. The breakdown wasn't as intense as I thought it would be. I mean, you know, whatever you call it. The bass drop. Oh. Okay, this is more intense. This one just feels like pure Ave Mujica through and through. I mean, you can't deny her voice is so good. This part of the song's great. I love their harmonies. Oh yeah, okay, they get a Rana Anon moment too. Wasn't as intimate, but still good. Oh, look at that. I like the at the keyboard, their little moment. There's quite a lot of English they put in their songs. And I mean, it sounds like Uika's English is, I mean, Hatsune's English is quite good. Saki looks very satisfied. It's nice seeing her love making their music. I like that this song's like relating to the stars and stuff, which is like Hatsune and Saki's thing. Aw, that was a cute smile. It's like an anthem. The bits where they sing together in this song are so good. Oh my god, hearing this in a stadium with like the whole crowd singing, oh. Ooh, it'd give you chills. It's kind of giving me chills now. Oh, that's fucking beautiful. Cute. This is our little curtain call. She's got a lot of fans. Aww. Wait, that's a really cute way to have like both Mortis and Mutsumi on stage. Aww. Aww. And look how scuffed their curtain call is. She'd rather die than hold your hand. Aww. That was so great. That was so great. I mean, that was exactly what I kind of hoped the episode would be. Like, the series has been like pretty intense, and because of that, you know, there hasn't been that many performances. Like, there are sometimes with these shows, they'll try to get like one performance per episode. I feel like that's a common thing in Bang Dream series and in D4DJ stuff, and like, even if it's not one performance per episode necessarily, it's like they try to get close to it. It's like they don't want to go too long without performances. But Ave Mujica, I feel like, is just focused so heavily on the story. So it's like they basically were just like, let's do 12 episodes of story, and you know, there's some performances in there, but still like 12 episodes of story, and then the final episode is just gonna be a concert. You're just watching a full concert. And so we did that, and it was great, and I'm just very satisfied with it. I thought it was a great episode. I mean, this is, you know, like, it's the sort of thing that, like, I feel like if you're not a Bang Dream fan, like if you are maybe a fan of these MyGo and Ave Mujica, but you're not necessarily a Bang Dream fan, then this episode you would have been like, oh, okay, that was kind of boring or something. You know, but me, I'm a Bang Dream fan. I'm a fan of this franchise through and through. I fell in love with this series through the music and the characters and the performances and the cute moments and the moments of camaraderie. Like, I didn't fall in love with this series through the in-depth, deep character writing in like intense drama. Like, that wasn't what I fell into the series through. That's just what like they've been doing more recently. Not to say that the original Bang Dream stuff didn't have in-depth character writing. It absolutely did. It had beautiful character writing, but it wasn't as dramatic, I would say. And it wasn't like this. It wasn't in this same vibe as MyGo and Ave Mujica have been. So yeah, I like, but this, you know, if you genuinely love the Bang Dream franchise, I mean, this, to me, this is like a pure Bang Dream episode. This is like for the actual Bang Dream fans. I loved it. I thought it was so great. Like, it just really beautiful performances. We got 4 full songs in this episode. 2 from MyGo, 2 from Ave Mujica. So, you know, like, unless you're a diehard Crychick fan, you get your money's worth in this episode. Like, if you're a big MyGo fan, guess what? Half the episode's dedicated to them. If you're an Ave Mujica fan, guess what? Half the episode's dedicated to them. So I think that's like really, really beautiful. You get both styles. It's also just like a really great way to, like, if this is the final part of this duology, you know what I mean? Like, if they don't do any more anime that's like based around this section of the Bang Dream franchise in terms of MyGo and Ave Mujica, if they don't do any more of that, this is a good send-off where it's like they're saying goodbye to both bands. Obviously, we're not saying goodbye to them. They're still going to be in the games. They're probably going to be in future projects that they do, whether that be like another season of Bang Dream, or whether that be, you know, they'll do more, what's it called? Garapapico, you know? Stuff like that. I'm sure they're going to be in all that stuff. But just in terms of like as being their main story, I wouldn't be surprised if like there's no It's MyGo season 2, there's no Ave Mujica season 2, that this is like the farewell to that, right? And then in the future, there's either going to be more mainline Bang Dream stuff, or introduce new bands and do more stuff with those new bands, or like, I don't know what else you could do. I feel like, you know, Bang Dream has... Oh, I had to crack my back there. Bang Dream has a chance to do some, like, really interesting stuff with these characters, I think, now that they've, like, introduced them and really put them into the universe. But I don't know what direction they're going to take with it. And I mean, I kind of don't mind. Let's just let them cook. Leave it to them. And if they want to do more of these sorts of series, if they want to do a season 2 of either of these shows, I will be there day 1 to watch it. But if they don't have, if they like don't feel like they have more stories to tell there, or they want to save it for the girls band party stories, or, you know, something like that, then that's fine. Let's just see what else they want to do. Because I mean, I've been loving Bang Dream content regardless of what it is. So, you know, I just don't want the franchise to end, to be honest. That's all I really care about. Just keep the franchise going. Even if it comes to a point where I stop watching, I stop taking in Bang Dream content, I would love to know it's just still going on out there. Some people have the idea of, like, once they stop caring about a series, they hate it continuing, because it's like, oh, you're ruining my childhood, you know, like, or, you know, people don't like when, series have gone past the point of what they consider to be quality, so they're, you know, they're doing a disservice to the series or whatever. To me, that's not the case. For me, it's like, they can do whatever they want with their series. It can go on forever and ever and ever, even after I stop enjoying it. That's fine, you know? Like, I stopped watching The Walking Dead, the TV show The Walking Dead. It's probably not even on anymore, but I stopped watching it in like season 5 or something, or 6. Like, I remember I watched it way longer than I was still enjoying it. It was like, I liked the first, like, 3 seasons, and then season 4 was like okay or something, and then I just remember there was a point where I just wasn't enjoying it anymore, and so I just stopped watching it, you know? It was a thing I was watching with my family. I told my family, like, I'm not enjoying the show anymore, so I'm gonna stop watching it. And I stopped watching it. However, I never ever said they need to stop making Walking Dead, like, because I can just choose not to engage with it, you know? So and that's what I did, and I'm glad that I did. But I don't know, if the series is still going on, good for it. I don't think it is. I think maybe they're doing spin-offs and stuff, but not the main series. But good for them, you know. So the Bang Dream franchise, you can just go on forever, please. That would be great, because it's just always a comfort thing for me to go back to and see more of. Yeah, I loved this episode because it contrasted the two styles of Ave Mujica and MyGo really nicely. You get to see how precise Ave Mujica are, and how sort of, you know, slapped together MyGo is. And I think it's a really good way to demonstrate also, like, what made these two bands special. Both of them were a mess. Both MyGo and Ave Mujica, like, as, you know, trying to come together and become bands, it was a mess. Like, it was the most chaotic out of any Bang Dream series, like, trying to come together. It was so chaotic. Like, it was just, for both bands, it was, like, toxic and horrible, and there was, you know, just so much harshness. And so, like, you know, that was what was kind of special. But I think at the end here, we see, or at least to me, I have sort of like an idea of why that happened for each of the bands, and it's for sort of different reasons. MyGo kind of are just a mess. I mean, they're the Lost Girls. That's the whole idea, right? They are all over the place, and they're not on the same wavelength, and that's kind of what's fun about them. And so they kind of learned to, hey, let's just do our own thing, and that's fine. And I mean, in their performances, you could see that. You could see, like, that Tomori was putting her heart out on the table. Rana was having fun doing whatever she wanted to do. Anon was enjoying her time in the spotlight. Soyo was at the back sort of judging everyone. And Taki was, like, getting, like, embarrassed and frustrated at, like, stupid things that Anon was doing, you know, stuff like that. And I think those those moments show that they're not on the same wavelength, but because they're all not on the same wavelength, they are. They're all together at being apart, and that's the beautiful thing about them. That's why they didn't work, and that's also why they work so nicely when they all come together. And in the same, or in a different way, you have Ave Mujica, who you see their ways of doing things, and it's a very precise way of doing things, and their performances are very rehearsed. They're very, they're very almost rigid, but in a good way. And there's, a reason for everything that they're doing. And when you watch their performances, it's like, wow, this is a very special band, and these are very special performances. But the reason they didn't work is because, when their rigidity isn't working for them, it sucks, when they're all doing the same thing, but they don't like it, it's going to be a chore. It's going to drain them. It's going to make them feel horrible. And also, since it's such a well-oiled machine, any little gear that's slightly out of tune is going to screw up the whole machine. So they can't at all be on different wavelengths. They have to all be on board for it to work. And that's what this whole series was about, them trying to all get on board. So yeah, I think it's really cool, the contrast that they showed in these episodes. I think it was a great idea for an episode, honestly. I think it's really nice that I genuinely think there's good character work in this episode, and yet most of that character work is just through expressions in the characters' faces, which, oh my gosh, the animation in this episode, I love it. I love it. I mean, I think Bang Dream, since going to 3D animation in season 2 of the original Bang Dream series, since then, expressions have been their specialty. They're so good. Bushy Road, or, I don't know if there's an even more specific studio or whatever that does the Bang Dream franchise anime, but their expressions are just incredible. It's Bang Dream and D4DJ have just some really, really good character expressions where I can always tell what they're thinking and feeling when they're on stage. I can tell how tired they are. I can tell how much they're enjoying themselves. You can read so much in it, and not just their expressions, but their body language as well, and everything about it, the rhythm of in which they're doing things. It's so great. It's brilliant. So I just have so much fun watching these performances, not just because this is great music and I like seeing them play the instruments, but also to just look at how they're all performing. And it's not just they're all facing forward and smiling and playing the guitar, they're actually looking around. You can see where their gaze lingers. You can see who they're wandering towards. You can see when they might have intended for something to happen, or when it might not have been intended, when they're just ad-libbing something, when they see someone else ad-libbing something, when they're feeding off each other's energy. You can see all of these moments because the animation is so well done, and the performances and the performance capture and all of that are just so brilliant. So yeah, I love that. I loved the Rana Anon moments that we had in this episode. Them playing guitar together is really nice, especially since Anon, wasn't very proficient at the start of the first season of this, and now look at her, she's doing great, and she's going back to back with Rana, and they're both playing together. It's so beautiful. Yeah, and I just feel also Ave Mujica in this episode had so much swagger. They had so much. All of them had different types of confidence, and it's nice seeing stuff like Saki. Instead of having her oh, I'm so she generally would play doing this, and she might do stuff like that, but just with a straight face and everything so precise and perfect. In this episode though, she was still doing that stuff, but it was more she was proud of who she was, and she was smiling, and she was looking with pride at the rest of the band, and her movements were a bit more cheeky, I want to say. And that's kind of everyone in the band was just a little cheekier. And that is, to me, what makes, like, what brings it together. When their characters are just sort of stone-faced cool on stage, it's like, oh yeah, they're cool, but they're not, you know, like, they're cool, but they're not really, like, of this world, you know, like, they're not down to earth, so it will be harder to be connected to them. It's the same reason I said in previous things that, like, when someone is like they used to have the masks, right? Ave Mujica used to have the masks, and I would say, like, it doesn't work for me. For me, I don't like that as much. When there's a creative who's, like, specifically hiding their face and then not showing me that stuff. Because for me, I like the connection to the person. I don't want the person to be an anomaly and a mystery. That's not fun for me. I like to know about the person because I know that they're a human. I know that they're a person. So I want to know, why is this person the way that they are? What are they like? What is... And then it makes me appreciate their art even more, because it's like, this is coming from a person. If it's like, oh, there's an anomaly and we never see their face and we never hear anything from them and they're never on social media, they never post anything about themselves, they're never in any interviews, but then every 3 years they drop a project and it's amazing. And I'm like, that's great, but it's the most amazing project in the world. That's awesome. But I don't know who this person is. And so, like, for me, I'm just like, I don't know, an alien could have made this. A robot could have made this. And I'm not going to connect as much if it's an alien or a robot. I want to know that a human made this, and I want to understand the person behind it. And then once I do, like, it hits me. It hits me a lot harder. So what I liked about this performance is they all seemed a bit more cheeky. They all seemed a bit more smug and confident, but that they were having more fun with it. And seeing that, to me, made me feel like, well, these characters are more human now. Like, these are girls on stage who are excited to be performing this song. And you know, they're still very rehearsed. It's still, you know, they still have the same persona where it's like they're the cool band, but it works so much more for me because there's almost like a little tongue-in-cheek to it. I mean, sometimes quite literally they were doing like tongue-in-cheek type motions, and that, like, just to me, that adds to it so much. That just makes it really work. So yeah, I loved this episode. I had a lot of fun with it. It was a great conclusion to the Ave Mujica season. It was a great conclusion to the MyGo Ave Mujica saga. I mean, it's sad though, because next week there's no more Bang Dream on my channel for now, at least. You know, like, maybe I'll do some more. I'm not going to rule out the idea of, like, maybe doing some Bang Dream performances, like live performance reactions and stuff. I've done, like, 1 or 2 of them in the past. If they're on the first take, like, almost definitely I'm going to put a video reaction up to it, because I love the first take performances. So if they have any more of those, you know, you'll see me in line. You'll see me right there. But, you know, make sure you're subscribed just so that you know if any of those do go up. But yeah, that was Ave Mujica. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I will see you next time. Goodbye.